Hi, my name is Nathan Toy, and welcome to my Beyond the Mirage reflection. So, the drought that we're currently in is in its 16th year. Now, this is something that's causing Lake Mead to rapidly fall, which is where the majority of states, at least the southwestern states, get their water. Now, there's an increase in population that is making access to this water um, very difficult as it is rapidly depleting and it's not replenishing at the rate that is good for water usage. So there was a couple of things in the video about the water coming from the Colorado River. Um, the first one is that the actual way the water travels from the basin and is dispersed throughout all the different cities is pretty intense. It goes through a lot of different places. Uh, it's moved from the upper basin out of the basin to the front range cities and then travels to the Central Utah Project, who then takes the water to Albuquerque, and also Wyoming sends the water to Cheyenne. It also goes to Las Vegas. It goes through Central Phoenix, down to Tucson, and through the California coast cities, who they all get about 50% of their water from the Colorado River. One of the second things that I thought was very interesting was that the allocation of water rights is not being properly adjusted during the drought, meaning that the water that Nevada and Arizona and California are all receiving has actually been coming out of their storage, which is supposed to be used for emergency purposes. So, by looking at these two different facts, we can see the interconnectedness of the issues stemming from the drought. So, how can we, across all these states and as individuals in these cities that use this water, reduce our water intake to make sure that these shortage cuts aren't fully realized and entire cities don't lose their water, right? Because if people in Arizona can utilize more rainwater and remove their dependence on the Colorado River, then maybe it's something they don't have to worry about. But if people in Arizona are increasing their water usage, people in California are increasing their water usage, and people in Nevada are increasing, and so on and so forth, then we're going to eventually get to the point where Lake Mead can no longer be pumped, and now all these places are out of water. Something that surprised me was that there's a huge divide between California and Arizona in regards to the water from the Colorado River. Arizona pretty much relinquished its priority over the Colorado River, despite being one of the states that needs the water the most. Um, you would think one country divided, but something as important as water is causing a divide between the states, which is kind of scary when you watch the video and you see how many people are affected by it and how many people are upset, especially those in Arizona. But knowing this information, I would try to figure out a way to bring the different states together, right? Like, what kind of agreement can be reached that isn't going to cause, um, these states to start fighting with each other and, not cause some kind of infighting over water. I mean, if you've ever seen Mad Max, that's a situation that the video itself kind of alludes to, which is very scary. Um, I noticed that the different perspectives and users that were in the video were primarily people in research of droughts, the people in legislation that's in charge of water distribution and making new water laws or agreements. There was farmers and climate scientists and rural users of water in Wilcox. However, one of the things I noticed that wasn't in the video was like your average, college student or, someone working in the city, the people that might be kind of oblivious to the water usage and the drought, because a lot of these people make up the majority of the population and don't have a lot of information about what is going on or the severity of the water usage and the drought. They have a lot of power in voting, but because I'm able to go to my fridge and get a brand new glass of water, or go to my water cooler and get a brand new glass of water, I don't really feel like there's a drought. And that's something that's really dangerous because how are you supposed to push for legislation or proposed funding for it or increased taxes to help pay for these kinds of things, like the desalination plants in California, or even paying people to be rain collectors here in Arizona and Tucson, if people aren't informed about it. And that's definitely something that I feel that the video didn't take into consideration, was that with all the focus on legislation but not on the people who have the power to change the legislation, you're really missing on a lot of people that you can inform and persuade to help push this as an actual issue that will impact our future for many years. So I appreciate you in watching my video and taking the time. This has been my Beyond the Mirage reflection, and have a nice day.